what do you got going on with the EP? Is it all digital, or do you have actual
It's all
instrumentation?
digital.
It's all digital.
Actually, and not to give away too many secrets here, but a lot of it is actually samples that I found on the internet, like royalty-free type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I changed it so much that you can't like the original artist wouldn't be able to recognize that it's their one.
Yeah.
And
I like
I
that.
didn't do that to cut corners or anything. I did it to be interesting. I feel
Mm-hmm. I have something that I
like for
haven't.
example,
Sorry, go ahead.
one of the oh it's fine. One of the songs kind of sounds like a cat meowing, but there's a little bit of harmony in it.
Mm.
But if you just listen to it the first time, you're like, what the heck is that, right? But I like the song more and more each time I listen to it. So there's that.
Nice, nice. I dig that there's so many artists putting work into the archives in the open, royalty free area. It's like a lot of those sounds have been used so many times that it wouldn't make sense to not let other people use them, at this point. And so for a place that you can go to and just grab them and you can manipulate them with all the different software now, it's pretty cool that like we said, the technology's at this area. We are definitely in an age where it's pretty amazing, technologically
Yeah,
speaking.
I definitely agree with that. I like freesound.org. It's a huge sample library. All you gotta do is sign up, give them your email address, maybe get a little spam, but then you get access to. You just pipe in what you're looking for, and they got it. If you want a hydrophone, they got a hydrophone. I didn't know what a hydrophone was, but it sounds really cool.
That's the one
Uh,
where they're playing it underwater, right?
there's somehow water involved. I'm not sure exactly. I feel like it's a drum that moves, or like kind of like a xylophone or something. I'd have to look it up or something. It sounds awesome though.
I saw a video. I'm sure it was on Facebook of a woman singing underwater, and she would hold
Wow.
like the bubble in her mouth, like the air bubble, and that's like how they would sing it. Like it's all about how the air bubble was in their mouth. And there was in that same video there was other people playing some sort of like organ type thing that was underwater. I'm not sure if that's the same
That's so.
thing, but I had never seen anything like it.
I'm not sure if it's the same either, but I'm extremely interested in strange instruments.
Yeah.
Like last winter, I spent like I don't know, probably more hours than I should watching people play hurdy gurdies. You know
Nice.
what that is?
I'm not sure. I've heard of it, but I've never seen one.
It's pretty cool. It's like it's got a bunch of drone strings, and then it's got a rosin wheel, right? So
Yeah.
this you crank this wheel, and then it hits these strings, kind of like a sound in the background, and then you can do the treble with like a keyboard based thing that holds down different strings on different frets. So it's a lot like a guitar mixed with a keyboard mixed with a monkey crank instrument thing.
Nice. No, I've heard of somebody talking about a hurdy-gurdy, but I've never seen one. I'll have to look it up because I can't even really picture it.
Yeah. I feel like it would be impossible to play, probably, and really hard to make if you were going to make one, and really expensive to buy, but super interesting just because it's like a Renaissance instrument that we kind of just won't use anymore.
Yeah, the last couple of years I've been trying to make my own instruments. I've been dabbling in one-string guitars and three-string guitars and basses and different drums and just all kinds of different stuff and even like electronic instruments now. But some of them are just so unbelievably complex that it's like you've got to be a master, and I feel like that's a long ways away from me, but it's pretty amazing to just see how the inner workings of some of these instruments really are. Some of them are really complex, and it's pretty amazing.
I think you're right. That it's really awesome seeing the complex ones, like that viral video of the balls going down and the guys cranking. I'm sure you saw it. But then there's also really simple instruments that you wouldn't even think. Mike Stover, I think you know him.
Yeah,
He
Michael
was
B.
telling me about one that it's like a piece of wood. It's just kind of like in there, and you play a bow against it. It's like it makes this crazy sound when you rub different shapes of wood against a bow.
Huh.
So, and that's pretty simple. Probably hard to play, but it's simple.
Yeah.
A big dream of mine was always to just fill a room with scrap metal and just weld it together how I felt like, and just hit it with different things, just record the room.
What I'm trying to get to is having enough built instruments that I can have people come and have jam sessions with my built instruments. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm building myself. I made something, an optical theremin. There's
Awesome.
a company called Synthrotech that has a little kit, and it's pretty simple. It's just a couple of photoresistors, a 555 timer, it's like an oscillator, and a few capacitors and resistors, and a little breadboard, and some potentiometers, and that's an in and out and DC jack, and it's really all it is, and you can get some really pretty crazy tones and sounds out of it. Mostly like the Halloween-ish, woo, but it's fun. It's a simple electronic instrument if somebody was trying to get started and wanted to learn a little bit.
Did you have like a waveform selector type
Um,
program thing on there?
So it's basically just like a sine wave that
Ah,
you've got a pitch and a volume potentiometer, and then the photoresistors are on top, and like one of them you put your hand down and it would turn the volume all the way down. One would crank the pitch down, and as you lifted it and turned the knob or whatever, you would adjust your volume and where you were on the scale.
sure. Yeah, that sounds great. I've been playing a lot with my girlfriend. Actually has a mini theremin, a theramini
Yeah,
from Moog.
yeah, those are
Pretty
awesome.
cool. It's expensive, yeah. I mean, why would you want to buy it if you could just make it? But she doesn't. She was not interested in making it. So
Well, and that's a better theremin than the one I have. You've got sine, you've got what are the other two?
different presets.
Yeah, three of them, right?
There's no way to just select waveforms on it, which is a little bit disappointing. But it's
Oh,
it's got like 30 presets where it's got an effect and a waveform kind of
okay,
already set up,
okay.
and then you can change the effect and how much. What is that when they call it the not quantization, but where it fixes it to the scale, pitch correction.
Correction, okay. Yeah, I don't have a lot of high end stuff with pitch correction. My buddy was.
Hey, you know,
What's that?
that's a lot to say for it,
Yeah. I did mess with a Moog one time, a little fatty, and
Oh yeah,
it was amazing to get some experience on that. It's true.
yeah. I'd love to play around with some more mode stuff.
Yeah. So what kind of instruments are you into? What's your favorite instrument to play?
That's a hard one. I think bass is my favorite part of the scale. Of course, you can get tones with percussion, with strings, with electronic instruments.
Mm-hmm.
But I like sounds that I haven't heard yet before. I like sounds that maybe some people might find annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I like sounds that just aren't present in the musical world yet, and so I go searching for sounds a lot of the time.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, whether it's on guitar or what, I just trying to find stuff that no one's heard before.